We are reading from our War in Space book, page 136. Flood. The water is rising. The river is spreading into the streets of the town. It's a flood. Rivers often cause floods because of too much rain or the sudden melting of lots of ice and snow. A lot of the rain that falls on land runs into the nearest river. Water from melting ice and snow also runs into rivers. So when there is a long, heavy rain, or lots of melting ice and snow, tons and tons of water may pour into a river, just as a bathtub will overflow. If you keep running water into it, the river soon spills over its banks and floods the land. Hurricanes and other bad storms sometimes cause floods along the seacoast. Strong winds push great waves far onto the land. Soon, much of the shore is underwater. This is a flooded street in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Holes full of water. A lake is the exact opposite of an island. An island is a piece of land that has water all around it. A lake or a pond is water that has land all around it. Some of the places we call seas, such as the Dead Sea, are really lakes because there is land all around them. Most lakes are just holes in the ground that are filled with water. Many such holes were dug by glaciers. Long ago, these huge rivers of ice flowed out of the north and covered many parts of the world. As the gigantic glaciers slid slowly along, they gouged the great pits and made valleys wider and deeper. Then, when the glaciers began to melt, the water filled up many of the holes, forming lakes. Some lakes form when part of the earth caves in, leaving a hole. This happens mostly in places where the ground is limestone. Year after year, rain dissolves away the soft limestone. As the rainwater trickles through the limestone, underground caves and tunnels form. Finally, the top of these tunnels cave in, leaving what is called a sinkhole. Rain or water from underground springs and streams fills the sinkhole and it becomes a lake or pond. Part of a river can also become a lake. Sometimes a river deposits so much mud and sand that the water backs up and forms a natural lake. Or people may make a lake by building a dam that causes the flowing water to spread out over the riverbanks. Some lakes were once volcanoes. They formed when the craters of dead volcanoes filled up with rainwater. Has that been used as a weapon in the past? Oh, probably. You seen what them power washers can do? A lake in Germany. Yeah, we sure hope so. We really hope so. Look at that. A few lakes, such as Crater Lake in Oregon, are dead volcanoes that have filled up with rainwater. Water beneath your feet. All the Earth's water isn't in seas, lakes, ponds, and rivers. A lot of it is beneath your feet, down in the ground. When rain falls, much of the water seeps down through the soil. It keeps going until it reaches solid rock that it can't get through. Then it spreads out, filling every nook and cranny in the ground. The top of this underground water is called the water table. When there is a lot of rain, the water soon fills all the open spaces. Then the water table gets higher. In some places, the water table comes all the way to the top of the ground. Then water bubbles out and makes a natural fountain called a spring. Sometimes a spring is the start of a river. Underground water is cool and clean and good to drink. People often dig wells to get this water. There is some underground water almost everywhere in the world, even in deserts, but in a desert the water is very, very far down. That is a spring in California. And this is a spring in Arizona.